All right, so in this video, we're going to finish up 11.1 and take what we learned about proportions and apply that to polygons. So the first thing I want to talk about is a similar polygon. So similar polygons are polygons that the corresponding angles are congruent and the corresponding side lengths are proportional to one another. So since these side lengths are proportional, we can use what we learned about proportions in our last video to solve for missing sides of these polygons. So for example, let's take two triangles. So let's say I have a little triangle over here, and I have a triangle that has congruent angles, but is bigger over here. So again, these are proportional. So we know that, like, let's say this is A, B, C, D, E, F. So we know that like A and D would be congruent, B and E would be congruent, and C and F would be congruent. So since those angles are congruent, the corresponding sides, so like the side between the green and yellow angles and the side between these green and yellow angles, will be proportional to one another. So again, these entire triangles will be proportional. So that means like we can solve for a missing side. So let's say this is 8, this is 12, and this is 16. Oh, I meant to put that on the big one. So let's say we know in our big triangle we have 8, 12, and 16. And in our little one, let's say we only know 4 and 6, or even just one of those. And we need to find this missing side here. That's x. So we can set up a proportion. So we just have to make a fraction. So I like to do like my corresponding side. So like the same side of the small triangle over the same side of the big triangle. So like 4 over 8 is equal to, and since I have a number from my small triangle on the top, I need to have my missing side that I'm solving for, since it's in the small triangle, on my top. Wilbur, quit. Yes, I'm yelling at my cat right now. He's trying to break in the cabinets. And then the other side that corresponds to our missing side. So x is this larger side here, and so we need to use the largest side of our triangle, so then the 16 is going to go on the bottom. And then just like before, we're going to cross multiply. So we'll have 8x is equal to 16 times 4, so 64, and then divide both sides by 8. So then we get that x is equal to 8. So the biggest thing is just making sure you set up your proportion correctly. There's lots of ways you can do it, but as long as you end up with like 4 and 16 multiplied, or 8 and x, you could have also used 6 and 12 instead of 4 and 8. But I like to do so my small triangle top, big triangle bottom, and then I just put the numbers in the right places. And then the corresponding sides like up and down from each other. So again, small polygon, big polygon, corresponding sides, corresponding sides. All right, so let's do another example with a bit of a larger shape. Okay, so let's look at these quadrilaterals here. So we have all of the side lengths of this one, but in our smaller one, we only know one. But we can use this one side to find the rest of them, since we have all of the corresponding sides that we're missing. All right, so let's start with my proportion of stuff that I know. So I'm going to look at my corresponding sides. So I know 9, and the corresponding side to 9 is going to be 27 here. So I'm going to write a fraction that is 9 over 27, and then equal. And then let's find x first. So since I want to find x, it's in my smaller figure, and I'm going to put it on top. And then I'm going to put it over the corresponding side to x, which is 24. And then again, we're going to cross multiply and solve. So 27x is equal to 216, and then divide by 27. So then x is 8. Okay, and then let's go ahead and repeat that process. So we're going to still use this same fraction here, okay? I am just going to erase this. And so, again, I'm going to do y in a different color. So let's do y over a corresponding side, which is 18. So then we get 27y is equal to 9 times 18. It's equal to 162. Divide by 27. So y is equal to 6. And then again with z. So again, I'm going to erase this real quick. Let's do z in blue. So then we're solving for z, which is the corresponding side to 12. So then 27z equals 9 times 12, which is 108. Divide by 27. So then we get z equals 4. So z is 4, x is 8, and y is 6. All right, so again, you only need one side on one polygon and the corresponding side to it on another to set up and solve those proportions. All right, tomorrow we will do some practice with these. So today, just make sure that you post a picture of your notes on LMS so that I can see that you've watched the video and that you took your notes.